nowadays, whenever I get triggered by something, I realize that whatever I'm triggered by is what I'm not dealing with. And I'm like, hello, girly pop. Welcome back to another episode of Definitely Delusional. I am delusional right now. My name is Dean.
And I'm Emily.
So, this episode is sponsored by Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's? Okay.
I've never been.
You've never been to Buc-ee's?
I've never been to Buc-ee's because is it a Midwest thing?
It's actually a Southern thing.
Ooh.
Except they do have some Buc-ee's popping up in my home state of Missouri. Down by Springfield and Branson area. There are new Buc-ee's popping up. So do you know what Buc-ee's is?
No.
Okay, so it is like the Walmart of gas stations, and it is it is crazy. So Buc-ee's is just this massive gas station, but it's also like a convenience store mixed with like a Walmart where like you can get gas, but you can also get like barbecue, and then you can get like really good food, snacks. You can also get home decor. Like you end up going to Buc-ee's and it kind of also feels like I've been to a Cracker Barrel before.
No.
What?
I know. I haven't lived.
Have you been to a Waffle House?
A Waffle House I have been
Okay,
to.
good. Okay, well,
But I'm like,
check
well,
one
I
of them.
can't really like see. I'd be like, oh my God, my friends tell me like visit them. I was like, I'll definitely visit you, girl. Not me. I can't go to Missouri.
Don't go to Missouri.
I'll get killed.
Yeah, don't go to Missouri. Except if I'm there, then go. But,
Okay, yeah, maybe.
But no, Buc-ee's is this massive gas station, and it's like one of those things where you're like, I came for gas, and then I left with like a wreath, a shirt. I leave personally with merchandise. I have hats, shirts, sweats. I have like I looked like an employee. By the time I left, they might as well ask me like where the home decor section was. I mean, they have stuff like cups, shit you didn't know you needed, shit you did need. I have a blanket. I have a Buc-ee's blanket. So if you get cold, I'll go grab it for you.
Girl, that's why his teeth are so big. He's gnawing at your wallet.
So I was at a bachelorette party.
Wait.
So I learned about this Buc-ee's phenomenon through a lot of people. And as you're driving through the South, especially in like Tennessee and Texas and places like that down there, they have them. And I've been to the world's largest one, which is right outside of Pigeon Forge in Tennessee, like by Dollywood, on the way to Asheville, North Carolina. Because I went for my cousin's wedding, and then I went for a bachelorette party. Like I was pretty much in North Carolina like 2 weekends in a row. It was crazy last year. And then I made all the girls at the bachelorette party. I'm like, stop right now. We are pulling over and we're all going to Buc-ee's. And I'm like, you guys, you will lose your shit. And they were like, anytime there's a Buc-ee's ad, they all send it to me. They're like, Emily. I was like, I'm indoctrinated in the cult. Like I have beaver fever. I can believe in all things Buc-ee's. Like beaver nuggets, let's go. You want to get a hot fudge? Let's go. You want to get Texas barbecue? Sure. Do you want a 90-liter soda? Got you. Have I taken pictures with the mascot? Absolutely.
I fear that if there was a Buc-ee's ever in New York City, I can't even imagine that actually. I'm like just trying to think.
You can't be in Times Square. It's massive. Like they have so many gas pumps. It's its own thing. I think they have their own like picnic area. I mean, Buc-ee's is an experience. And if we're ever road tripping,
we need to do a road trip.
Well, there is a sign. So when you go to Palm Springs, because I was commuting so much back and forth from the desert, there's a sign. They're like, next Buc-ee's is in like 1,137 miles. I'm like, Jesus, it has to be the one in Texas. Then
You're about to drive.
Yeah,
You're about to like skip your shift and just drive to Buc-ee's.
That's like me when I drove cross country. Like I think it's about as far as the nearest Buc-ee's. But if there was a Buc-ee's that opened in Arizona, I'm not saying that I wouldn't road trip, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't not go either. You get what I'm saying?
So you're going to open one next week. You're going to find Emily down there, like literally have her teeth in there.
I went off the grid and you see my location, like, why the fuck are you in Arizona?
It's like
she'll be
like, like in the grand openings when they're like the first 100 customers, she'll be the first in line.
I've been camped out for a week.
literally camped out with all her Buc-ee's merch already on.
Oh
my God.
have a shameable amount of Buc-ee's merch. And you know what? I am shameless. So there you go. It's net neutral.
Okay, period. A Buc-ee's. They should have you at like a TV show. Just you like shopping at Buc-ee's, a reality show.
Well, honestly, there was a sign outside that said like store managers can make like $150K a year. And I was like, why? What? well, maybe.
Maybe you should just open the franchise here
Honestly,
in LA.
well, it would have to. We'd have to have a lot of electric vehicle stalls because I mean, it's meant for gas cars.
You could open it in my neighborhood. I'm still in the hood. I still kind of live in the hood. Where everyone only has gas cars. Really.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. No, because you know how I know? There's one electric charging station near where I live, and it's not even at the cost. It's like on the side of the street somewhere.
Oh God! Wow.
Yeah, there's like one, so like everyone still has gas vehicles, so you can open up Buc-ee's in the Valley.
Valley girls go to Becky's.
We'll have a little road. We'll have a little trip.
I mean, all the people out here would freak out. They'd be like, "It's the most unhealthy food."
Can you imagine? It's definitely Delusional and Buc-ee's like partnership. Oh, grand opening.
I would, if they let me cut that ribbon. I could die tomorrow.
Like,
cut the ribbon.
Like, this is my PR moment.
Yeah.
Getty Images, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Put it on my tombstone. Just me and Buc-ee's.
It's like known for her debut for franchising the West Coast's first Buc-ee's. Actually, that'd be so cute on that tombstone.
Yeah.
In your little eulogy. I'll make sure to add it on my notes right now. Just kidding.
She loved the beaver.
But anyway, so today I'm in the y'all or not. I can't even trick y'all. I'm in the same outfit.
Well, we have to do something lighthearted.
Yeah, something lighthearted.
Last week was really intense.
Last week was so intense for y'all.
The duality of this podcast is we can talk about things that are serious, and then we can talk about things that are lighthearted, and then we can just,
And you can't really judge because you tuned into definitely Delusional. Mm-hmm. And delusion doesn't go away. Delusion is forever. Men may leave, but delusion is forever. Mm-hmm. But anyway, today I wanted to bring up the question that I asked like a bunch of people on my Instagram and y'all, because I was like, oh, like, what do you want to hear us like talk about, rant about, or, just yap about? So today we're going to have a little like me reading off, and then we're going to riff. And we'll see. And we'll give you some advice. And then we'll go tangent because our ADHD be crazy. Okay, so the question was what I kind of wanted to, like, what y'all wanted me and Emily to kind of, like, dabble on. I'm going to read the first one. Mm-hmm. White boys and where they find the audacity. I'm going to let you take that one first.
Well, the audacity.
Audacity's on clearance, babe. So that's the easy part.
The audacity. I think, when you are emboldened by a system that has been rigged for you to win, that's where you have the audacity. You just think that, you can have everything in life handed to you because by and large, it has.
It's like when you're really rich and you can just like, you just get whatever without like second thinking it versus someone who isn't. Like they worry about food, necessities and stuff. And it's like,
how dare they be inconvenienced?
Yeah, right.
How dare they be inconvenienced? It's probably like some of the first inconveniences in their life.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
I went to college with some people who didn't know how to do laundry at the age of 18.
Yeah.
You've never done a load of laundry? Be so for real. But anyway, so back to the audacity. I think they get the audacity from always being told yes, and like having everything go so easy for you. And that's why, as much as I hated the struggle and hate struggling, I think like my fears and like my struggles like really did shape me to be who I am. And like
absolutely.
You need to have some audacity though, like to achieve your dreams and stuff. And not saying I don't have audacity sometimes. I do, but not as.
I think you need to learn the word no. You need to learn what it feels like to be rejected. And then you need to learn what it feels like to be humbled. I think those are very big growth moments that need to happen in every individual's life to be able to hopefully come out a more whole and complete human. Like I would think that those are things.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, like, I guess the audacity too is if you've never kind of been checked before. Like if no one's ever put up a boundary with you, then you don't know what it's like to have to respect somebody else's boundaries and thoughts and wishes and things like that.
Yeah, and I think the audacity, it's like I said, having a little bit is great to like, that like push, but then it's like when you have like audacity that like hurts people and like makes people like shook to their bone marrow, it's like, girl, what the fuck? How could you even do that? Like,
Yeah.
like puzzling type of audacity, that's when you need to like really assess like, okay, what has this person like not gone through?
Yeah.
What
Or
have they done before?
and people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you.
Yeah.
And that's what I've kind of learned to be like, when I see somebody, you know, what I feel like is I'm not being treated well, or I'm not being respected, or my highest good isn't being honored, I ask myself, would I treat anybody else like this? And if the answer is no, then this is not a person that I need to be around energetically. Like if I,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm like, would I do this to somebody? Or would I want to make somebody feel this way? The answer is always no. I never, unless I'm being like vindictive and then I want this person,
If they've done you wrong, like
unless I
whatever.
want this person to be hurt, which is not, I'm not condoning that toxic behavior, but like I'd be remiss to say that I don't.
Everyone's healing.
Sometimes
Everyone's
I
healing.
can be toxic when I want to be.
And you'll have your best friend being like the best lawyer ever. in the
Yeah, he's like,
world.
as you should.
I went to
And I
Harvard
don't
Law.
condone that. It's not the right thing to do. Yeah. Be the bigger person. Well, I can't be the bigger person, bitch. I'm 5'1".
Yeah, that's
I will
like a
never
meme.
be the bigger person unless you're like 5 foot or 4'11". Then I am the bigger person, which is few and far between. That's literally, not figuratively, but
I mean, well, I think also it's like the audacity thing. It's like people will have as much audacity as much as you allow them to, if that audacity affects you, and then that ties back into your self-worth.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, and so yeah. Anyway, okay, the next one's kind of the same thing.
Okay, what's that?
The next one, y'all were like men in general with their own automatic stupidity. Baby girl, I think we established it. Children.
Oh, what?
We're talking about children.
Dean, oh my
It's
God,
basically their
Dean,
children.
I will never forget. He gave me a clear read. I mean, he wiped the floor clean with me, and would send some along the lines of like, "Oh, Emily, did anybody not wish you Happy Mother's Day the way that the way that you take care of all these little boys?" And I was like, my clock was cleaned.
Listen, because like I was just like, okay, the way you be like taking care of them, and you be like, you're like confirming their stupid behaviors. You're like correcting them. You're like, I'm like, girl, you are a mother.
I'm mom. I'm mommy.
You are a mother.
Listen, I'm not making fun of mothers, but there's I breastfed my child exclusively until they were 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh, I breastfed this child. He's 30 whatever years old. I'm breastfeeding 30-year-olds.
You are like spoon feeding them.
I'm titty babying these grown-ups.
She was literally like spoon feeding them like common decency. Like, here's how to, here's how to communicate. Here's how to do this. And it's like, they all better have wished you a happy Mother's Day. Anyway, that's enough on that, because I think the stupidity part, I just
You like, gather around, children.
gather around. Oh my God, what was it? What was the joke I made? I was like, it's kind of like, what was the play? All My Sons.
All my children.
Broadway. Broadway, baby, here you come.
I'm a boy mom. I'm a little boy mom.
The star. You are the star of the show. She is mother.
I am mother.
She is mother.
Oh my God, that picture that I posted on Mother's Day, that thirst trap I posted my bikini. Oh, I was mothering. I was mother.
Petition to change thirst traps into children collecting. Just kidding. Actually, don't. Ew, actually, don't. Fuck. Why? I'm gonna have to bleep that out, because that sounds like trafficking. That was a joke.
Yeah, no.
But
we do not condone that. No.
we do not condone that. But as a joke, she was gathering her children, her little children. Ooh, okay, a little soft one. The next one. Oh wait, one of my most like, I've seen her like comment on a lot of my stuff, so we're gonna talk about this.
We're gonna lift her up.
Ooh, not someone on the dating app. She's texting me. Nothing. Oh, like, get off my phone. How life is so different after you start healing. Oh, well, girly pop. I will say one thing. Being self-aware is a fucking scam. Just kidding. But I think life gets a little bit harder when you start healing. I think initially, because you have to confront all that shit.
Yeah. And that's half the battle.
And like life definitely is though, like I think a lot better in terms of like I think I do feel a lot more solitude and peace, but I'm like less able to like put up with people's bullshit, you know? And you'll start to feel, I don't know if you feel the same way, but once you start like actually becoming more self-aware, start healing, you're gonna start getting more irritated with people who used to treat you that same way that you accepted. But then like you start to realize that and you're like, oh, is everyone like this?
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, it's but it's because you finally like realize more of your worth. You're finally healing those wounds that like you've kept pent up, that now you're like you're seeing the world a little bit more clear, you know?
Yeah. And I think the first step is always the hardest, like recognizing that you need to heal, and your body will tell you. Like
Yeah.
your body keeps score, your body will tell you until it comes to a point where you just can't escape it anymore. And, you know, for me personally, I'm under the mindset of you never stop healing. You never
It's a process.
stop.
No one's ever 100%.
You will always heal something. You will always, you know, I found that times where I thought I'd healed, I will get re-triggered. And sometimes by things where I'm like, well, that was very like, that was my subconscious. Like I didn't expect to get triggered in this moment, or I didn't expect to have this feeling come over me as I'm driving my car randomly, or I didn't expect to like have my mind wander and I think about this. And not that it's intrusive. Sometimes it is intrusive, sometimes it's not. But when you realize, you know, that you're an ever evolving person who's going to keep going through things in life, and that may stir up some old things, and you've done the work or you've started the process, you never want to go back. Like I don't want to be that unhealed version of me.
Me neither. Yeah.
And I've told people like I like the version of me now compared to prior versions of myself.
Same.
And I'm sure like as time goes on, I'll love versions of myself more than the version I was right now. But right now, like in this present time and space, like I can say that I think I'm a more well-rounded, more secure person than I was. And that took time, and it still takes active healing.
And I think that also it's like when you're healing too, it's like you will start to, if you hadn't healed, right? Like you wouldn't have met the people that you love so much right now in your life. That's how I see it. It's like because I've like went to therapy when I was like 18, 17, like and like started healing, and like I continue to heal, and like in my life there's always going to be things, but like as I constantly work on myself, like and like my life is significantly different because of the ability of life to show you how beautiful it can be. And it allowed me to meet you, you know, at the time that we needed to meet. Because I feel like if the both of us, we met when we were unhealed, we would not be friends. I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so either. And, you know,
I don't think so because I would have been, and again, I'm a very honest person and admitting person in terms of like what I've like used to do. I used to like never feel enough with myself, so I never saw other people as enough, so I would jump friend groups and always like flake on people, and so we probably wouldn't have been friends.
Yeah. And who knows, if I was an unhealed version of myself, who's to say I would have even been at that party that day to meet you? Like I wouldn't have even been in that space to be receptive of meeting you in the timeline that I did. Like, you know, you always think about, you know, had I not done this, you know, had I not met you, maybe we would have met when we were supposed to down the line, but like it wouldn't be like what it is right now.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy.
So crazy when you just think about your life is just so
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much more possibility. You feel like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, and
when you start healing,
yeah, you are now energetically receptive to other people that can meet you where you are and love you where you are, and like develop safer relationships. And like because you are willing and open to the possibility of the things that could be, you're going to step into a space where hopefully your highest good is going to be uplifted by the people that are meant to do that. And there are so many wonderful people in this world that I have not met yet, and I'm so excited to meet these wonderful people. And
the best years of your life, you know?
Yeah, every year I want to say it gets better, and every year is going to be the best year of my life.
There's always going to be like crazy delusional fucking crash out moments, but like the thing is like, I don't know, it's like I think that like I'm not even exaggerating when I say I feel like Emily and I's friendship, and I'm talking third person right now, but yours and I's friendship, it's one of the most secure friendships I've ever had in my life. I fear. I fear that it has like you know, like I've been doing a lot of thinking lately too about just like where I've been, like what has happened in my life and like whatever. It's like a lot of my friendships I've also never felt like that secure, but like that also goes to like, you know, people are always talking about relationships, but I'm like, girl, if you don't know how to be a friend, you don't know how to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, because it's like if you're able to be when you start, okay, let me bring it back a little bit. When you start to heal, I don't know if you realize this as well. When you get triggered, you don't react and lash out. Because back then, when I used to get triggered, I would lash out. I would, "Oh, why wouldn't you tell me that you were going to say that? This is so triggering." But nowadays, whenever I get triggered by something, I realize that whatever I'm triggered by is what I'm not dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, you know? And then that propels you further into healing. And so once you start healing, your life will give you reasons to continue to heal.
Absolutely.
If you allow it to.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
You know?
You know. And it's healing's not linear. It's a process.
Yeah. Stop beating yourself up, okay?
Yeah, don't.
The world's already
Everybody out here is doing the best they can, and there is no guidebook on how to go through life. Like nobody has all the answers figured out. Do not believe anybody that says that they have a magic cure for anything or that they have all the answers. All you have to do is follow them. Like there's so many, you know, scams out there with people that are not qualified to be giving advice, and then they're exploiting people. So,
and that's why you don't see me selling a course.
Don't.
You get what I mean? Like you don't see me out here trying to promote girl. It's because I don't do shit like that. There are so many people out there, and I need y'all to really hear me. Hear me when I say this. There are people out there like, oh my God, selling courses like for this and that. I'm like, baby, they're scamming you. They're literally scamming you. If they're not fucking like a certified like psychiatrist, therapist, whatever, and they're just like, girl, they're scamming you. Stop.
Yeah, and vet things, you know, this person might, if you do like the alternative stuff, like vet this person. Is this person reputable? Does this person have like references? Is this person a safe person? Because the last thing you want to do is get into some fucking cult.
And that's why I want to build
cult, like,
literally, and that's why I hope like people don't see me like that, because I've like tried to build my brand around it. And it's like you know, it's like I'm not gonna try to just come out the gate trying to sell people stuff. It's like people are not gonna believe you. But it's also just like, because I know personally I've like went through shit, and so I know that I'm able to help people, but like that comes down the line when like I've established that, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and you'll get the proper training you need, you know, to ensure that this is being done in a safe way that is not exploiting somebody or, you know, getting them entangled in some crazy, because there's some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Next one, because I fear the camera's dying. Just kidding. I can't see it from here. Emily, tell us.
Oh, my eyesight's not too good. I think we're fine.
Okay. The next one is like, we should talk about how it's okay to fail in life and relationships no matter your age. Starting over is okay. 100%.
Yes. Okay, I have a really good quote. So one of my good friends, Jeff, he said, Emily, a failing relationship is not a failed relationship, or something like that. Like, just because a relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that it's a failure. You still took something from that. Hopefully you took something and you grew with it, or you were like, you know, going forward, this was what was great in this relationship and this wasn't great. And like I've said in previous episodes, where, you know, starting over is scary, but the potential for you to build your life that is in alignment with what you want, the slate is getting wiped clean.
Yeah.
That was, you know, and I imparted this to one of my girlfriends. She just got out of a long-term relationship, and she's just like, I don't know, like, I feel so stuck. I feel scared. And you know, what my dad said something to me, you know, as my previous relationship ended, and he's like, this is the first time, Emily, that I feel like you are living in Los Angeles, that you are living on your own terms, that you get to dictate the course of your future, that you get to make decisions that are authentic to you and in alignment. And it kind of was like, wow, this is my second chance to build a life that is mine, that I get to reclaim my identity. I get to, you know, the first thing that I did is I was like, Pink's coming back up. It's pink. You know, these things, like, you get to take back pieces of your identity that you might have had to compromise with. Because in all relationships, you compromise things.
And sometimes, like, you know,
It's like,
starting
yeah.
over and like you said, like when you learn about yourself, right? Even if like all you took from the previous relationship was trauma, like, okay, now that the fact that you get a chance, it's beautiful that you get to start over. There are some people who go their whole lives without that chance to start over,
Yeah.
you know?
Or they can't start over.
And they can't, you know? And so like the fact that you are starting with, what a privilege. What a privilege it is to take your past to like, you know,
Yeah.
to like propel your future.
What's that? I think it's like a Daughtry song, like sometimes goodbye is the second chance.
Girl, I don't know
I
that.
know. It's a song. I'll have to look it up. So it's going through my mind right now. But that's okay to start over in life, and you can start over at any time. Like there are people that start over like in the middle of their life. There are people that start over in the later years of your life.
Girl, I started over a year and a half ago when I lost my job.
Yeah, you did.
I literally started over, and I still
And
don't
you'll
know
start over other times in your life. Like this, you know, this isn't your big start over. Like you are an ever evolving person.
I moved here when I was 17. Started over.
Start over, yeah.
Life is not linear. Like, again, like we said earlier, but then also it's like, I think it gives me hope because it's like sometimes when you feel stuck, it actually is refreshing to know that you could also start over. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be in LA forever. Sorry if you might, like, you love LA, but I love LA.
Yeah.
I love LA, but I don't
Yeah.
know where my life will take me. And I think that's the beautiful part. Cuz like
Yeah.
maybe I won't be in LA forever. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll move back to New York. Maybe I'll be somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah. And I've always said is I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. And if I could know all the answers about my future, I wouldn't want to know. Because it's just like you like ruin the plot line. Like you ruin the plot
We
line.
should move to Europe. We should move to Europe.
I mean,
I think we should.
yeah, I would love
Once
that.
I make it,
Yeah.
oh, I'm taking both of us.
Same.
Sorry, another boy just messaged me. Oh, girl.
Wow, hot to trot.
No, because it's Saturday, babe.
Okay, so a little sidebar. Do you feel like in terms of men, it's everything everywhere all at once, where it's like feast or famine, where it's like nothing, and then it's like an influx of people, and you're like, can it just ever be streamlined? Can it ever be like just like one at a time, or does it all have to be a barrage like all at one time? And I'm like, this is overwhelming. And then of course, like when I would want somebody to reach out, they're not. So I'm like, oh,
It's like, you know, I think it's like, you know, that twin theory. This is my theory. This is the Dean Lin theory. Okay, I think like there's, you know how like the twin theory, right?
twin flame.
Like the twin brain thing where like they're in sync.
Yeah,
Like they think of the same thing or like do the
Yeah.
same actions or like they're like they feel that. I think the Dean theory is that all men have that same linked thing in their brain where they're like, we're all not going to be on our phones right now. We're all not going to text people back. And then all of a sudden, do you get what I mean?
they're all plugged in. They're all
Yeah.
dialed into the source, and they're
then,
like text.
And then now all of a sudden you're like getting like 20 messages from like.
Yeah, at what time of night though? You're like, "Ooh, you up? You up?"
You up. It's like, girl, bitch, is this a movie?
Yeah.
Like,
I will say this though, I'm an equal opportunity player. Like, you know what? I used to be like, I'm not gonna text them. You up? After a couple cocktails, you up? And the audacity for these men to not answer my phone calls.
I mean, we are definitely delusional. So every single weekend when we're like, oh my God, Dean, and you're like, I'm like, oh my God, Emily, we're never going out ever again. Today's going to be a rest day. And then she like calls me from the bar. She's like, fuck, Dean, I went to the club. It's 3 a.m. And I'm like, but then my psycho ass is obviously also still up, like literally.
I'm like, I'm just gonna have a really chill night, you guys. I'm so tired. I went out the night before.
And then so I was having my dinner.
Yeah, you're
I was
having
like,
your dinner, and you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, you know, funny that I told you that I wasn't going out.
And then you were like, FML.
I'm in the club until 3 a.m.
And I was like, okay, she's in the club, crying in the club. Remember when that was the thing, crying in the club?
Oh my God.
Whenever they played fucking Drake.
Oh God.
The next one, they said anything really well. Okay, fine. We're just ranting. This kind of leads into the next segue since you like brought up men. First date trauma. Ooh, girl.
Oh. I don't feel like I go on a lot of dates. I have explicitly told men, I was like, can you like plan a date? And then it's like, oh, I guess you conveniently can't plan a date. Okay.
Let me tell you something, okay?
Okay.
Fuck them, first of all. No, not fuck them, like actually fuck them. Like fuck them, like kick them to the curb type of fuck them.
You know.
No, but let me tell you how easy it is. Okay, yesterday I had like 2 margaritas, and there was a man I was interested in. Literally went up to him, and I've like met him before, and I was like, just like catching up with him, and then I was like, oh my god, wait, like I didn't know that. When I first met you, I didn't know you were single. I thought like you had this place, like
Mm-hmm.
and didn't know you were single. But the fact that you're single, great, like that's so good to know. Because like he brought up earlier that he's like, yeah, take a good picture of me from a dating apps. It's like, you don't need to be on the dating apps, just go on a date with me. And then and there,
Beautiful segue. Love that. Love.
oh, duh.
Oh, never mind.
But then I'm just telling the story to like tell you how easy it is. I pulled out my phone. I was like, okay, when? He was like, okay, next Wednesday I'm free. I'm like, okay, great. Booked a spot, reservation for 2,
That's
7
hot.
p.m. right there.
You
and
did
then.
that?
I did that.
That's hot.
But what?
What?
Is it? But I'm just telling you how easy it is to book a reservation,
No.
date and time, pull out both your phones. That's how easy it is. So whatever the fuck you got going on with these men, they're not doing it. He could have a Porsche, he could have all the money in the world, and he can't plan a date. Like, girl, he can't plan a life. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh my God, I really am being a mother. Oh,
You're sending us to school. Like, here you go to school, learn something.
Dean, I feel like you just like hit me over the head, like with a like
No star for you today.
Oh yeah, demerit.
No, but literally, yeah, like that's the thing, and that's when people tell me they're like, "Why aren't you in a relationship?" I was like, "Girl, I do my part. Like, I don't know, but here's the thing, like, I will be so straight up, like, I don't know, and maybe it's the newer part of me, but it's also like, again, going back to the healing part, it's like when you start healing, it's like you don't really give a shit what people think, you just do, and like you're more decisive. And also the most successful people in the world are decisive. Like they make fast decisions, but not like impulsive ones. There's a difference. But I was like, hey, interested in this person, and he said he wasn't allergic to anything. He like loves to try new food. Booked this place, told him where it is, 7 p.m. texted it to him, and then we'll see what happens.
That's amazing. Have you talked since or no?
Well, we were supposed to meet up last night in Silver Lake, but I went home.
Meanwhile, I was in Silver Lake last night.
And she texted me, and then she was like, I'm at this place. And then I was like, I'm in bed. And she was like, you bitch.
You bitch.
You bitch.
You
and I was like, I'm
bitch.
sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it to Silver Lake because I knew I was like really tired, but I finally slept last night, like 6 hours.
You needed to sleep, baby.
6 hours is not even a lot for people, but that's a lot for me.
Yeah. I'm glad that you slept, honey. I'm glad that you slept.
I know. But anyway, so what other you said you don't really go on first dates.
I feel like I haven't really been on a date in like a really long time.
We'll go on a date. I'll take you to like Din Tai Fung.
Fuck yeah. DTF.
Exactly.
She's DTF.
On me, on daddy.
Oh, daddy. Thank you.
On
Thank
daddy.
you.
No, we'll book it. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess because I'm not really meeting people on apps. So I guess it is harder to get a first date. Like when you're meeting somebody in the wild, that it's like you've already kind of hung out and you're already kind of vibing. It's like, is that your first date? Is that not your first date?
No.
No, okay.
It's not because, well, I mean, it's even easier for me to like, for me personally, to like just plan a date and tell the person that we're going on a date and like asking if they want to go on a date too. Because I asked for consent.
Well, yes.
Before even doing that, right? I literally
to.
was like, we should go on a date. But wait, do you want to go on a date too? And he was like, no, I would love to. And then I proceeded to do that, right?
That's really sweet.
But I met him through just because my friend invited me to like where he was, like an event and like that's how I met him. And then I saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think that's how I want to meet someone because I'm like, I can't do the apps are crazy, but the apps shouldn't prevent you from trying to get a first date.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know what it is about me where it's
not you, it's the men.
But I'm like
I know but
weird.
Again, you got to take your own advice a little bit sometimes because like their inability to plan a date does not mean you're undateable. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because if I would have been like, Emily, 7 p.m. tomorrow, Alba restaurant. Like I would plan it on the spot and I would let you know and put it on both our calendars. I literally shared it with him, like shared the calendar invite. Like it's like you make it as easy as possible for the other person, but you also plan the date where it's like you both are like, okay, we'll go here, we both eat here, like make a comfortable setting. It's like a cute low light setting, like whatever.
Love that.
Based on the vibe. But yeah, girl, people need to take you on more dates. I need to we'll book a reservation. I'll take you on a date so you know how to be properly taken on a date. Because I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? At least you don't have first date trauma though.
I'm sure I do. You know, I'm sure once this gets over that I'm gonna hear like I'm gonna have some remnants of like crazy stuff. Oh. I don't have like first date trauma. I've had like weird experiences happen though with guys. Like oh my God, I did have a disaster date. I wish I could find my phone and what was this guy's?
Don't know.
No. But I rehashed a date with him. Oh, I think got my text message deleted after a while. I rehashed a date of where it all went.
Really? Wait, hold on.
It was years
rewind
ago.
a little bit. I keep my shit. I have iCloud messages.
Well, actually, no. I do keep my messages.
Good.
You're right, or something like that.
It's like, what you mean you don't have receipts from
But
2013?
so this was years ago. I think this was like 2017, no, it was probably 2017. I matched with this like really, really cute guy and we met for drinks. So this probably was a first date. And he was like really hot. And I think I was just so blinded by this where he proceeded to get like super drunk and he was kind of saying like some embarrassing stuff. And I think I went back to his place and I stayed the night. And he was just like saying some really weird off the wall shit. I wish I could read the text message because I literally had to play it back to him. He was so mortified. But he's like, yeah, by the way, like that side of the bed is where my ex-girlfriend used to sleep and she had brain cancer or she had brain surgery or something. And I was like, what the fucking fuck? Like it got more and more and more deranged. And he started crying and I was like, are you okay? So I was like, not only that, like I'm consoling him and he's telling me about his ex-girlfriend. I'm sleeping on her side of the bed and then he like tries to have sex with me. And I was like,
that's what happens when you have unresolved trauma, baby.
I was like, and then he like said something like this, like this progressively weird thing was happening. And I was like, once again, I'm mother. I was like, what? I am like, this is above my pay grade right now. And I think I was just like, well, he's so hot though. Like I just was, because I was like 23. Okay. I was like stupid.
I mean, I'm still stupid, but like, this was me like a week ago, girl.
Yeah.
He who shall not be.
And I was like, I feel like I shouldn't have sex with you. You're like, this is a very vulnerable thing. Like, I'm like, he was also insanely drunk. I was like, sweetie, I just don't think that this is right for the both of us. It was weird.
I mean, it was probably like he was probably grieving, but like that's what I'm saying. Okay, going back to the fucking 3 points ago. This is what happens when life is healing because you're not like embarrassing yourself when you're drunk. You're only obnoxious and crazy. But you're not spilling your life secrets because you're not suppressing it.
I think I remember the punchline of this whole thing. The punchline was, as he's like crying and I'm consoling him, and he's like, well, can I at least stick it in your ass? And I was like, absolutely not. No, that was the punchline of the whole thing. And he was like, I said that. I was like, you absolutely did say this, and you had a mental breakdown about it.
So he's gay.
Yeah, no, he's.
Oh my God, what did it?
10%. We're fine.
Oh,
we're good. I was like,
I'm on 10%. I'm on 10%.
Yeah.
I'm on fucking 10%.
I guess that is a first. That is the first date. Yes, that's a first.
That is wow. See, but like,
yeah,
that's why I'm so grateful for like my self-awareness therapy healing a little bit because when I'm drunk, I'm not like saying crazy shit like that. Like I'm just being a crazy person, but that doesn't equate to like you spilling your entire gut and trauma.
Yeah.
When you're not dealing with your shit, because like, girl, what the fuck? The cancer, the fucking that baffled the shit out of me. If someone told me that, bitch, I'd be gone out the door.
Yeah, I slept on the cancer pillow, and I was like, let's just have a divider. I think I should have went home.
I would have stared at the fucking.
But I also
ceiling.
was a little bit drunk too. I was like, I shouldn't be driving. Like I was like, I think that. So I was like, I should have slept on the couch. But I was like,
stared at the ceiling all night.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well. Let me. I was just like,
I would have been concerned if you were like, I slept like a babe.
No, I'm not.
My ass would have stared at the ceiling like, why is this my life right now?
Well, and at least the ex-girlfriend wasn't dead because that would have been even more fucked if she would like.
Did she not? Oh
no, I don't know.
Melissa.
I who knows? Like, I don't think she died. I mean, maybe she. I don't know.
Okay, no bad omens. Anyway, next one. Before this camera dies. Oh, it's a screenshot of it. Okay, fuck. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway. Oh, wait, I didn't say mine, but anyway, it's fine.
No, what's yours? I want to know yours.
My first date trauma. There's so many, though. But I think there's one in particular that one time. Okay, well, this is actually. This is in college, right? But it was more so. It made me so insecure about myself, though. It was like the first date with this guy. And you know, like it was going well. Like we kissed a little bit, and I was like, whatever. He's like, be right back. I gotta like go get like I want to get something for my car, like poppers or something. Actually, this is not really a first date. It was like a hookup, whatever.
I was gonna say,
No,
wow.
but listen. He was like I need to go to get it's my car, like to get my poppers, and then all you hear in the background, Sky. I was like, what the fuck?
Left you? No.
Yeah, I was like, what in the shit?
That's
But yeah, it made me, it traumatized me for a while.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
That's really bad, and that's not okay. And I'm sorry that was really hurtful.
Yeah, whatever, it's fine. He was, it's fine. He was ugly anyway. Yeah, so much more first date traumas. I don't even know. No, I can't say it because he probably listens to my stuff. Yeah, no, I can't say it. But I'm trying to think of another one. Another one bites the dust. I'm like blanking right now. It's probably gonna be more. But that was actually the fact that I thought about that one. I'm like, that one fucking.
I can't believe I thought about the one that I thought about. I mean, I'd buried that for years. Like
mine was in
I
2019.
forgot about that. Like that was like really me going into like the defaults of like.
Yeah. Okay, the last one to end this episode. Like, oh, we still have 8% actually.
Fine, yeah.
To end this episode a little, but on. Rant on why I give love to everyone but myself. Ooh, girl.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is like, it's a clear read for me. I think I feel like, not that, I don't, I think it's because I am someone who's just a natural caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my nature to always like love and care for other people, but I struggle with being vulnerable and thinking someone will ever love me the way I love them. And I think that that's like such a insecurity of mine, that love is performative in some ways for me. Like, I think I also have been through situations in my life where I wasn't allowed to have needs, and I became somebody's emotional caretaker in addition to everything else I was doing in the relationship, that like I was so conditioned to not have, this person couldn't meet my needs. They couldn't meet their own needs. Like, so I was left with all of the emotional responsibility, and that for me it caused me to become an anxious avoidant person. And it's so like I actually listened to our couple weeks ago podcast when I'm explaining about like why I shut down and why I get scared, and I was anxious attachment explained 101. Like, literally. I was listening to myself explain my attachment issues. And what's crazy though is all of like the closest people in my life, we are all anxiously avoidant. No, I'm sorry. I'm not anxiously attached. I am disorganized. Sorry.
It's a disorganized
attachment. I used to be anxiously attached. And then I thought I was avoidant. And then I took like this in-depth quiz, and they're like,
it's like the hardest one to
You have both.
Yeah, I have
Just
both,
when you thought you were one, you're actually both.
Yeah, that's like, okay, here's the thing.
I explained my disorganized attachment.
Yeah, and like,
it's
the fact that it's the hardest one, of course, right? The delusional ones always get it. Ugh,
but all my favorite people have it, so clearly we're all just a bunch of traumatized, fucked up people.
Yeah, and I think, but the thing is, like, for me, like, I feel like I can empathize with like a lot of what you were saying, but like, I think that also, like, I give other people so much love versus myself because number one, I know what it's like to feel like no one, like, so unlovable, that I never ever want anyone else to feel like they're unlovable. But then I also feel like I used to give love to other people because I thought that as humans, like Newton's law, what you give, it's like the same equal like action, like say gets the reaction. It's not the case. And you cannot love someone into loving you.
Ugh.
That's what I had to learn. No, I really had to learn that the hard way, because I always, and I still will love people, and I still love people, but I will never love people and never give myself love ever again, because I think that was the most lonely and horrible place I've been in my life. And, you know, some days I still struggle with it when I'm like down bad. But that's why we have each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a hard pattern to break, because it's like, it's always that like you needing to take care of people, like you said, or like you feel like in order to be loved, you have to do some type of thing in order to be loved.
Yeah, it's performative, it's transactional.
And it's but it's not. Love is not supposed to be transactional. Love is supposed to feel safe.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I think that I give a lot to other people, and it's not always reciprocated. And I remember like how I knew I was in a bad headspace was when I started telling myself that I would tell myself, like, don't get your hopes up. You're not, like, you are not special. You will not be chosen. You are not cared for by these men, you know. And then I became very like turned off and cold for a very long time, and I became very mistrusting. And there are times where I feel like I pull back into that narrative that I know is just a lie.
But now you have me in your life.
It's a lie to keep me safe. Like, if I'm not being vulnerable and I'm not engaging, then I can't get hurt, because I don't want anyone to hurt me. And that's the thing, is in life, people will hurt you and disappoint you. You just have to be open to the experience.
And you have people to pick you up. And
Yeah.
now you have me in your life. I'll slap that mind out of your that thought. No, because she came to me the other day. I was like, bitch.
You're like,
I was like, you are not gonna fucking Vampire Diary this shit and turn off your emotions, because you are going to fucking we're not having that. Because even in the show, it was like when she's turned off her emotions, she turned them back on. Floodgates.
Yeah.
And so
It's,
you know,
yeah.
but I think it's all like a survival mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you start noticing yourself, you are only giving your love to other people, and then around them you can't give it to yourself. That's also your sign to leave.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like when love starts feeling transactional, that's also not healthy.
It's not love.
It's not love.
It's not love.
That's limerence, babe.
Is it love or is it limerence? That's my favorite game to play.
Really?
No.
My favorite game to play is Bed Rot. Bed Rot or Bust.
I love bed rotting. The beauty in bed rotting, it's amazing.
I clock bullshit.
I took a nap today.
I clocked bullshit because she was like, I bed rot. You told me you were bed rotting on last weekend.
Yeah,
Homegirl's like, fuck my life. I'm in the club. I clocked bullshit.
You always need friends to keep you honest, and Dean has always kept me honest since the jump.
And you know, I'll keep you honest, girly pop, always. And y'all too. So don't try me.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We love you.
We do love you, and you are inherently worthy of love, even if you don't believe it, and even if you tell yourself that you're not. You are. You are.
And it's harder said than done. But just surround yourself with people that make you feel like you are lovable, because no one in this world, I don't care who the fuck tells you gotta love yourself 100%. Ain't nobody does. That's bullshit.
The RuPaul, how you gonna love someone if you're... I always watch Drag Race. I should know this.
Oh, it's like, how you gonna...
If you can't love yourself, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? I watched some RuPaul's Drag Race. That will absolutely uplift you, and watch Love on the Spectrum. That will absolutely uplift you.
I don't want to tear my heart out tonight when I'm watching that. I'll watch it another night when I really want to cry. But anyway,
They do make me cry.
thanks for listening, girly pop. And Emily and I are gonna go disassociate. I'm just kidding. Disassociate now. Be delusional. No. We're gonna go. Have a little nosh. But thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week. My name is Dean,
and I'm Emily.
And we'll leave everything down below. Message us, voicemail us, DM us if you like this episode. Make sure to comment and leave your little thoughts on what we should talk about next. We love you.
Bye.